Hey, Wardrobe here. I got so involved in the game of Bastogne that I did not record much after that turn two. So you get to see the very end of the game and not all the little steps in between. But I explained some stuff though. All right, thanks a lot. Here it goes. Okay, Bastogne. I finished the game, which is always exciting because sometimes I struggle to finish the larger games. I get kind of distracted and move on to other things, and so it's really cool to finish this. Part of the inspiration was McMurray from the Rockies War Room chat group that I'm in. Had just received this and he was playing through it as well. So we kind of kept each other. Well, I don't know if I had to keep him, but he kept me motivated to play it through. And I actually need to catch up with him to see kind of what happened. I actually got a German minor victory, which for me as the attack, I played both sides, but my thing when I play solo is I always want to do well as the attacker because that's the hardest thing for me to do as a gamer. And so if I can really do well as the attacker, I feel like I've accomplished something. Granted, I know it's against myself, but still. Anyway, some really fun things happen. So Bastogne is the standard combat series, which I may have talked about already. So it's a very simple 8-page, add a couple more pages, 8 to 12 pages of rules. Very straightforward, fun way to play a little bit of Battle of the Bulge without playing the entire thing. So basically it's just the Bastogne, Longchamp, Borcy, Noville, some of the major raids, Cibray, which I have not heard of before, but some of the towns around here. And the Germans have to do a variety of things to get points. And this is where, anyway, a variety of things to get points. You claim Route A, you claim or claim Route B or claim Route C, and you get victory points, like I think it's 8, 5, and 4 if you claim that route. You also get points when your units are withdrawn and you have a high number of steps still remaining. So you lose like 5 units throughout the game that are called off, I guess, to go fight another battle, or some high command realizes you're not making any progress, so they call it off. It's very frustrating as the German player because you're like, I made progress. Oh, they're away the next turn. You also get 2 points per turn that there's a German unit in 1 hex or more of Bastogne. So that was my first, you can see what I've done here. I flooded it, right? Great, I own Bastogne. Well, guess what? I didn't need to flood Bastogne. All I had to do was hold 1 hex. Now my plan as my German plan was to take C and get units in Bastogne. That was my plan. Now, I focused pretty well on C. I was having a hard time. There are a lot of Americans here spattered out so that was my plan. As the American, my plan was populate all of these little towns and junctions, road junctions, because there's this thing called road march. And if you block roads, they can't do road march on there. Kind of block them off with all the airborne I had. I was doing that. I did that as the American. That's fine. The German was kind of here, but here's where I lost focus. You can see what I did here. I concentrated too many forces up here. What I need to do is those units that are going to get taken away, I need to rush them forward. There's no supply in this game because it represents such a small window and it's just 3, it's 9 days. So there's not really a supply issue. Anyway, I need to rush the armor that's going to get taken away up here to take stuff. Follow it up with some of the lighter infantry to place, along the route. In addition, I just need to take I need to take 2 hexes of Bastogne. I got distracted and took it all over. So then I was so concentrated there that I couldn't take Route C or B or A. So that's the first thing. The second thing I did as the American I messed up on is around turn 5, I get the Germans get some reinforcements in turn 5 that I totally ignored. And I had the chart right over here, but I totally ignored it. So I pulled all the Americans because I'm like, all I need to do is trap in the Germans, and I got it. So I pulled all the Americans off here. I pulled all the Americans off their junction points, pulled them all out. On turn 5, the Germans get people in G and B. And this is what happened. I basically swept down with the reinforcements there and I was able to take Bastogne. Bastogne was holding out. But then I just overwhelmed them and took it. that's fine. It worked, but probably, again, what I should have done is, like, these guys should have come over here to firm up C, or firm up route C, and then these guys or gone this way, because these guys come right up here, but then they could go over here to firm up route C this way, because the Americans do potentially get some reinforcements here, but they did not get them until the last turn, so that helped. But Abrams can't hold C. They can just clear Germans off. So there's a few things I messed up on, as the Americans needed to keep to my defensive line, as the Germans needed to focus and take 1 or 2 hexes, not the entire town. Too many resources spent on that. So the cool thing is, even playing solo and thinking I had it all figured out, I messed up and I had a gap as the German. It felt really cool, like, oh, I got an opening. And as the American, I was like, wow, I totally screwed that up. So pretty cool. I owned this a long time ago, and I only played like 2 of the small scenarios. It was fun having somebody there to who was playing around the same time. And so thanks, Mark Murray, for doing that. Again, find him on Rocky's War Room. And it was awesome. I had a really fun time playing it. Road March is perfect in this game because it allows you to sneak around and do stuff. And you got to be alert as both players to keep your lines open. So fun time. I will play this again. Probably not. I'm going to bag it up and put it away for now. I got some other stuff coming in. I am starting to focus a little bit on early war stuff, and I'm not sure what my next game will be, but anyway, that's what I'm working on, and it was good fun. I would recommend Bastogne if you can find it. You can find it around some other places. It's out of print right now, but you can find some people selling it off for a relatively good price. So that's that. Thanks a lot all for joining, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya.